Hi, my name is Evelyn LaChapelle, and welcome to another episode of the Grind Time podcast, where we together are turning our to do list into our did list. And at the end of every night, finding some gratitude in the things that we were able to get accomplished today versus climbing in bed, still worried about everything that you didn't get done today on this grind as an entrepreneur. I hope that you subscribe, learn, and like. So let's get into what I did today as an entrepreneur. So I first want to note that I didn't record a grind time episode yesterday because it was a content day. I was doing product shoots, product shots. I think that's how you would say that in the past tense. If you check out my website right now, called theweedlady.com, you'll see that the photos are sort of everywhere. I had a photographer, a professional photographer, take some pictures. I've added some products since then and took the pictures myself. I then added some products even after that, and those are the products that you'll see me like. I have the t-shirt on there right now on me. Like I just snapped a selfie and put it on the website. So as you know, I am running ads, and the ads are getting me traffic for sure, normally between 100 and 120 clicks to the website every day, and that's being tracked on Shopify, but they're not converting to sales, and so you got to go back and figure out why. So I went back to the product shots and how can I present these products in a better light. I found a wonderful photographer. I actually wanted to share his name. Maybe I'll do it in the next episode. um Here in Oakland. So if you're in Oakland, this is a good plug for you. But Ant Williams Photography. I mean, I just really enjoyed the experience. They have a studio set up where one room is for photography, the other is a recording studio. So a photography studio, a recording studio. But the waiting area is like so cool. They have like 5 arcade games in there, and it's decorated with all of the old albums, album covers, all the CDs. And so it was like nostalgia. Like I just had a good time while they were. It's a couple, husband and wife. So while they were doing the products, a friend and I, we got to play Mortal Kombat, and I won, and it was just a good time. So I felt good about spending my money over there. So Ant Williams Photography, you can look them up on Yelp here in Oakland. So that was yesterday. Came home, recovered, took a break, hit the joint, went to sleep. And then today I started back onto the grind. And I started that today by submitting to be a verified Amazon seller. One of the things that I'm doing right now, especially running ads and trying to increase the sales of the gift shop, is placing the gifts, increasing the audience, right? Like so many people are shopping on Amazon, Etsy. I originally did not want to put the products on there because they take a nice chunk, and you don't really want to give any piece of your pie away when it's your pie, especially when you spent 87 months in prison for this pie. You don't want to give any pieces away. But Amazon has an audience, Etsy has an audience, and so you're giving up that piece of the pie to have access to their audience. And so I started the process today. Actually, didn't start today. I had tried before and let it go. And so I went back to become a verified Amazon seller. So still waiting for verification. And then I watched how to grow a YouTube channel. You know, we're learning. So this is something that I'm working on. This podcast is, I'm taking it very seriously. I'm not going to assume that I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to assume that my voice and my presence is enough to grow a channel. And so I'm watching videos on and trying to figure out, and I've learned a lot. So today I watched how to grow a YouTube channel. I didn't write any notes, so must not have been that good of a video if I can't tell you who published it. Then I did my Etsy store and I added 5 products. So again, just like Amazon, except it doesn't take as much to become a verified seller on Etsy. But Etsy is going to charge you 20 cents per listing monthly, period. Like that's not coming out of sales. That's just like your monthly subscription fee, or however you want to call that. So 20 cents per listing per item. And then at the sale of it, they're going to take a 6% fee for themselves and then a 3.5% for payment processing. So through my store, I think for payment processing, I'm at like two, maybe 2.5, maybe 2.9. But so already you see I'm up on the payment processing fee. 6% of the profit is going to Etsy plus 20 cents per listing. So that was Etsy, but I'm on there. And actually, I just got a note from a friend who recognized me on Etsy and was like, "Oh, I'm glad to see you here." So I know it's there. I know that the eyes are getting onto it. And what I do like about Etsy is that without any promo, without any announcements, I'm still using the same raggedy photos that I had. I just wanted to build the store so that now, once my new product shots come back, it'll just look as pretty. It'll look as pretty as the website. So I just uploaded 5 items because I wanted to have like the skeleton or the foundation of the store built. And so it's there. And what I was saying was Etsy will track like how many people have viewed your store and how many people like click. So it's right there the same way as Shopify does the analytics. And so you are able to see like what traffic you're getting just organically or just off of search words. And when to get to keywords, so when adding the items to Etsy, I really did take some time doing research on keywords and that I can put in the description. So I added things like gifts for her, the wee lady, stoner gifts, because Etsy has a really large stoner gift, stoner craft section. So I went and searched around and pulled out a lot of the keywords that were being used in those items. Smell proof is a thing, gifts for her, gifts for him, cannabis hoodie, joint case keychain. These were some of the words that I put out. 420 friendly. So yeah, I did that. Anything else on these notes? Candles for stoners, cannabis candles, stoner gift, aromatherapy. So many things that you can add right there in the title so that even when people are searching Google, because Etsy is so popular, so that even when people are searching like cannabis friendly hoodie on Google, Etsy products will pop up. And so you want to make sure that your keywords are matching what folks will be searching. And I took some time in creating the Etsy store and paying attention to what keywords I was using for the products. So I hope that helps if you're thinking about putting your products on Etsy. What else? Canceled auto renew on several domains. So money is tight and I need to figure out where it's going and how can I cut back and how can I, because I really want to be spending my money on ads, I have to cut back in other places. And one, I went to my statements, my banking statements, and I spent a lot of money at GoDaddy. And it doesn't seem like it because some domains are on auto renew every year, some are monthly. And so when I see GoDaddy come through, I just assume that it's something that I need. But the truth is, I have like 20 something domains because every time I start a business, I want that domain and all the domains that I think that I could use that will be attached to that business. And so I went in there today and canceled several domains for businesses that are just not in the works anymore, that are completely on the back burner, and that if I need it, we can come back to it. So, like the salon, like businesses that I've had to say goodbye to. So, after that, I went through my personal email. My personal email, although it has a lot of important stuff in it, when I that is my low hanging fruit. That is my task that I can get done when like my mind is just fried or overwhelmed and I can click through all the spam. I can take care of the personal things that I need to get done. And it's definitely a task that has to get done. I try to do it every 3 days or so. I just missed an important email, so I need to do it more often. But that's what I did today. And it's the personal email is just always crazy. It goes from like 100 emails to 600 emails overnight, most of it junk, but then you have to like sift through for the important stuff. So I did that today. And then I added Add email subscription link to the podcast. Email subscription link to the podcast. Did I? I didn't. I'll be honest, I don't know what that note. Add email. It sounds like that came over from my to-do list. Add email subscription link to the podcast. I don't know what that. I don't know what I did. I don't know why that's on the list. So we're just gonna leave it there. That is what I did today. I added a subscription link to the podcast at some point. Added a subscription link to the pod. Email subscription link to the podcast. Oh, on YouTube, I'm learning how to edit. I keep saying, so on YouTube, I'm learning how to add to the description and add the important things. I watch a lot of YouTube entrepreneurs, and normally after their video, you can go and they'll have several links to their offers, links to their affiliate offerings, links to their podcast, links to their website. And so I was like, let's start somewhere. And I added the link for folks to subscribe to the newsletter because I really want to grow my newsletter subscription list for several reasons. It's a direct connection to my audience. MailChimp does a great job with like analytics. I've now figured out how to add products. I've linked the MailChimp to the Shopify store, but I also want to be able to sell ad space in this newsletter. So right now I'm a little under 1,000 subscribers, which is still a nice little chunk of numbers. So at 1,000, I'm offering right now for $25 that your product be placed in the newsletter, which I think is a good deal. $25, you're reaching a new audience, you're reaching over 1,000. I have a really good an open and click rate on the newsletter. But how much easier is that going to be able to sell when I can say that my email subscription list is 10,000, 20,000, 30,000? So my goal, one of the goals right now, is to really focus and take serious the email subscribers. So that's the one link that got added to the description on the YouTube channel. Now, I recognize that this podcast is playing or is available on so many other platforms: Spotify, Apple, Google. You don't get the same liberties as YouTube. So I apologize if you are missing out on those links. There's really not a way, unless I think I added in every description, maybe. And even then, I don't think it shows up as a link. So you just have to listen to me, trust me, and go where I say go. Go to callthewheatlady.com. If there's a way, hopefully I'll figure it out. If not, go to callthewheatlady.com and subscribe yourself to the newsletter, and you'll get these tips and tricks in your email. So that's what I did today as a startup entrepreneur, reminding you that my goal is to reach $250 a day in profit. Didn't do it today. Tomorrow's a new day. And hopefully we get there. We get closer. The goal is always to get closer. The goal is always to do better today than you did yesterday. And for me, the goal is simply to do something, to not be sitting on my hands, and to do something that will create an income and financial freedom for myself. So, to get back to this ritual of what I consider my grind time, break time sort of transition, what was happening was at the end of the night, I'd just be completely freaked out that I still had 30 things to do on my list, and I literally only checked off 6 of them today, minus life, because I still had to eat and do all that other stuff. And so I was going to bed like worried. Anxiety is serious. Lost a little hair, definitely lost some weight, and I'm trying to ease that anxiety and that discomfort. Becoming an entrepreneur is complete, like there is no comfort in it. Like, where is the comfort? Can't find it. Like a child needing a pacifier. There is no comfort in this entrepreneurial grind. The only comfort in this grind is knowing that there is no comfort. And so sitting in that and owning that and knowing that I'm not the only one on this grind. And so to be able to sleep better at night, I write all of my to-do lists on the left side of my journal, and on the right side I write down as I get them accomplished the things that I got done, the things that I just read to you. So at the end of the night, every night, I come back to the desk after I've cleaned it up a little bit, and I'm like, okay, girl, this is what you did today. You did submit to be a verified Amazon seller. You watched a YouTube on how to grow a YouTube channel. Learning is key. You opened your Etsy store with 5 products added. You canceled some auto renew domains from GoDaddy. You saved yourself some money. So maybe I didn't make no money, but I saved myself some money. So that sort of goes into the made money bucket for me. Then I went through my personal email and I added my email subscription link to the podcast. That's what I did today to move the needle forward for myself. I hope you were able to get some things done today to move the needle forward for yourself. But we're in this together. It's the grind, it's grind time. And so I hope to see you tomorrow. Please subscribe, learn, and like. And if you love it, share it. Thank you. Good night.
But there's one person that I never thank. I never thank her. And that's myself. Because I'm out here grinding. I feel like Issa Rae says entrepreneurship means doing that shit yourself. And I'm up all night. I'm building websites. I don't even know what that means. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing out.